Open session, 5:57. We have roll call, please.
Mr. Lawton,
Here.
Mr. Cologne,
Here.
Mr. Coutu,
Here.
Mrs. Saint Amand,
Here.
Mr. DiMartino.
Here.
Great.
Can we have a motion to go into executive session according to the Rhode Island General Law 42, 46(4), and 42, 46(5), subsection A.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 We are now in executive session.
Great, thank you.
Do we switch screens now?
We have to switch screens, right? You gotta switch to the other, I just clicked on.
Thank you. Reading of the mission statement, does anybody have that piece of paper in front of them?
If you give me 10 seconds, I can get it.
You got it. 10, 9.
Steve, why don't you read it for us, huh?
I haven't memorized it. But I got the flag.
I'm coming. Wow. Okay, I got it.
All right.
All right, ready? The West Warwick Public Schools, in partnership with the entire community, is dedicated to providing all learners with access and opportunity to a challenging, comprehensive education while developing 21st century skills in a safe, personalized learning environment.
Thank you, Sue. I don't know how we're going to do this, but Louis, Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm going to stand up because we're
There
going
you
to
go.
allegiance to the
Do you
flag
have your pants on?
United States of America,
America.
to the republic,
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
Indivisible, and liberty.
with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
All right.
Very good. Very
Hey,
good.
Louis, good. That you had your
Aubrey,
pants on.
you run a good meeting, Aubrey.
Can I say, Steve, he's trying to steal your thunder.
That's all right.
All
All right.
okay.
Motion to seal executive session minutes.
So
I'll make a motion.
I'll
Motion.
second.
Second, all in favor.
Aye.
All right. Superintendent's report. You're up,
All right.
Karen.
Thank you. Well, welcome everybody, and we apologize for the delay in starting open session. There was a lot to talk about tonight and get our technical glitches underway. This is our first virtual meeting, so thanks for being with us and appreciate your patience. So I just wanted to give you an update tonight on our distance learning plan and the implementation. There's been a lot, and as you all well know, it was an abrupt transition into our distance learning instruction. So as far as we know, at this point, as the governor already proclaimed, that we will continue with distance learning through April. Now we're hoping in the next that we have some more information about how long we may be in distance learning mode or not. So as we have been, as we get information, we'll relay it to you. I'd like to thank everybody involved, the students, parents, all of the staff, all of the administrators. Everybody has put in a tremendous effort. This happened abruptly, as we know. We found out on a Friday, and we were out on vacation as of that following Monday. So I can't thank everybody enough for their hard work, rolling up their sleeves, and just making this happen right from the ground. As you also know, we started it at a good place because years ago, the district supported our integration of technology. So we started with a really solid foundation of technology hardware and systems, as well as embedded technology use in our curriculum. So we're really fortunate in our district that when this although it did happen quickly, we were well poised to jump in. So I just want to talk a little bit about some of the supports that we've had in place in the past 3 weeks to support the implementation of remote learning. The central office administrative team meets every day at 9 o'clock to debrief where we're at and problem solve. At the end of every day at 3 o'clock, the district administrative team meets, which is all of the central office administrators, all of the principals, all of the assistant principals. We talk about how the day went, we get feedback, we problem solve and debrief so we can go into the next day. So that's been our practice for the last 3 weeks, and it's been really effective and us being able to keep up with, we knew as soon as we started this, there would be things that come up. There'd be bumps in the road. There'd be things we need to problem solve. So we wanted to make sure we had a system in place to address issues as they come along. So that's been really effective. We also have a district distance learning work group, which is a joint committee between the both unions. The Teachers Alliance and Council 94 have representation, as well as district administrators. And we're doing the same thing. We're meeting to talk about grading policy, attendance policies. So that's been a good collaborative effort as well to problem solve along the way. Can't thank the teachers and support staff for everything they've done. Every day they tackle this, not only their teaching practice and creating lessons and addressing their students, they're working from home now, just like we are. And a lot of them have their own kids that are home from their schools that are doing their own distance learning in their own homes. So it's not just working remotely. A lot of people have working remotely and their own kids that are doing the distance learning. So can't thank people enough for their efforts. And we truly appreciate the situation a lot of people are in. We realize this isn't an easy situation. So as well as our supports academically, I really want to remind people again that it's expected that people have some emotional issues, struggle in that regard in some ways. So because it's been an abrupt change and it's a complete change from routine, what's typical, what's normal. There's a lot of stress involved sometimes in these types of situations. Lots of people are laid off, collecting unemployment. So we acknowledge that life, we hear about it every day. We see it on the news every day. Life as we've known it 3 weeks ago has changed a lot. So I just wanted to recognize that again and to remind families and students that we have supports in place to help people if they have any emotional needs or are struggling with the transition, both in the district, and there's a lot of community agencies that we have contact with that we can help. So I just please ask parents to reach out, let us know. If there's we're here to help both academically and in every other way, social, emotionally as well. So please reach out and let us know how we can help you. One of the biggest, I'd also like to, a lot of people helped us get this off the ground. At the beginning of our distance learning, we knew that we still had families in the district that didn't have internet access. So to find out who needed it, we put out a survey, and I thank everybody that filled out the survey and let us know what you needed. I think we're roughly up to about 60 families we were able to help. And with the help of Cox Communication has been phenomenal in terms of offering opportunity for people that didn't have internet access. A lot of other people have helped out too with mobile hotspots, and the governor worked out some things with vendors throughout the state as well. So at this point, we're very close to having 100% internet access. I think we may only have about 5 families that aren't connected to Wi-Fi at this point. So I want to thank everybody involved in that effort within the district and our community partners that have helped as well. Our technology department, not only distributing Chromebooks that people didn't have, but the numerous numbers of repairs. Not only did they have to fix any that were current, but any backlog we had, because any given day, there's always a lot of Chromebooks that need to be fixed. So they were wonderful. And Sodexo, food service provider. As you know, we've provided, working with Sodexo, breakfast and lunch to any student in the district, any child in the district, Monday through Friday at 3 locations at 3 of the schools. Now we have 2 mobile locations as well. I can't thank Sodexo enough. As usual, they've gone above and beyond. So I want to thank them and everybody in the district that's helped make that happen as well. One of the biggest questions we have to face now is regarding spring events, graduation, proms, banquets. Those are big questions. Again, we're still waiting for guidance from the state. at this point, we know that we won't be in school through April at least. And the governor, every day on her press conferences, she makes a pointed statement about social distancing, not being in crowds or groups of people more than 5. Keep your journal every day of who you've been with, where you've been. It's just an unfortunate situation we're in right now. And we know that the peak of this crisis is yet to come. So knowing all of those things, we're still sitting tight to see what the decisions around spring events will be. But I wanted to acknowledge it tonight because I needed to make sure that families know that we are thinking about it. We are aware. We know what a disappointment it would be if some of these things don't happen. But I also want you to know that we're already thinking about if the governor doesn't lift the directive on social distancing, on no groups of people more than 5. What alternative ways can we help the students celebrate, especially the seniors? Spring sports are in the same boat. The Interscholastic League came out with a proposed spring schedule for an abbreviated spring season if we go back to school. So I don't know what's going to happen yet. We're waiting to see what happens next week. We're hoping we get more answers, but I just wanted to acknowledge it. We are aware, we're thinking about it, and as always, we'll do our best to provide the best possible opportunities for the kids. Spring assessments and state testing. RIDE is requesting a waiver for state testing, the RICAS testing, so we don't expect there to be any issues with that, so it'll just be waived for this year. And the SAT has been postponed to the fall, so all of those spring testing experiences will not happen this year. And just one last thing, and we'll post this information on our webpage. The West Warwick Public Library is participating in the governor's Rhode Island Reading Challenge. And they forwarded the information for us. We said we posted on our webpage. The governor is encouraging all kids to read every day and different opportunities for that. So we'll make sure that that information gets posted on our webpage as well. And I just really want to, I can't express enough the gratitude of the district for everybody that's been involved and affected by the coronavirus situation, which is all of us, but how it's impacted us in the district and how people have banded together, realized the situation for what it is, offered help, creative solutions, resources, supports in innumerable ways. So I can't express our gratitude enough. And as you always, we'll keep you informed as we get more information. We'll let you know and just continue to provide the best opportunities for our students and families. And that's it.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
All right. Number 12, discussion approval of the consent agenda. Open session minutes, March 10th, 2020. Executive session minutes, March 10th, 2020. And payments of bills of $666,642.59.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue.
Second.
Second by Rainey. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great. Joe, are you there for the financial update?
Yes, sir, I am.
It's all yours.
Well, I'm happy to see everybody's home healthy and safe. First of all, that's good to see. Basically, the agenda of the report that I supplied to you, I apologize. There's some date typos on there that's not referencing the numbers. As of March 31st, 2020, we've utilized 63.4% of our FY20 budget. Again, just as usual, I don't see anything unusual in that, in what we've expended on. Unless anybody has any individual questions, I'd be happy to answer on that. School lunch deficit as of April the 3rd, 2020, we had 1,101 accounts with negative balances. Total outstanding balance of $45,736.58. When you compare that to April 2nd of 2019, 1 year ago, almost to the day, it's about a 34% increase over what we did last year. When you look at from March 2nd, 2020, it's only 7%, which, March was a half a month, basically. And obviously we see that balance, if it does come down, great, but it certainly should not go up because we're not serving any more of those lunches. If you take a look at what we've given out without charge, it represents about 19,462 lunches. And that's all I have in my report, unless anybody has any specific questions.
No, that's all. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good, thank you, Joe.
All right. Discussion approval, discussion approval of Sodexo contract.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the Sodexo contract, and more specifically, the waiver as described in Mr. Spagna's report.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good job. Discussion approval, first student contract, buses.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the first student contract.
All right, so at this time, I'd like to present a motion. Aubrey, is it okay?
Yeah, I was just going to try to guide you in language if you need it. You let me
Okay.
know. Do you want me to?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I think you might want to make a motion saying you're making a motion to suspend payment to first student during the period of school building closures.
Okay, so I make that motion. I make the motion to suspend payment to first student during the school closures.
We have a second. All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Aubrey. I couldn't have said it better.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Thank you.
16, we have the discussion and approval of the school calendar. We have several changes.
I'd like to recommend to the school committee that we table agenda item number 16.
Sure.
Okay.
We have a motion to table.
Make a motion to table.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
17, discussion approval, second reading of some policies. A, health insurance, portability and accountability.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, revised.
I make a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Rainey, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
17B, instructional arrangements.
Members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the policy regarding instructional arrangements, and it's to be deleted.
We have a motion. Motion by Rainey,
Second.
second by Sue, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And 17C, library passes and privileges.
Members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the policy regarding library passes and privileges, and that is to be deleted.
I make a motion.
Excuse me, I just have a quick question. Karen, what is that exactly?
That's a really old policy that it just isn't applicable anymore. A lot of these policies, as we've talked about, date back to the 80s.
Okay.
Where, they're just outdated. The practice doesn't apply.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Okay. 18, we have a resignation, acceptance of resignation for retirement purposes, full-time speech language pathologist, Wakefield Hills Elementary School and Maisie Quinn School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation for retirement purposes from a full-time speech language pathologist at Wakefield Hills Elementary School and Maisie E. Quinn School, itinerant, effective at the conclusion of the 2019-2020 school year.
Make a motion.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 We have two more resignations. A is part-time bus monitor, bus number 4.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of a part-time bus monitor from bus number 4, effective March 6th, 2020.
Have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And 19B, part-time special education teacher assistant, John F. Deering Middle School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of a part-time special education teacher assistant at John F. Deering Middle School, effective March 23rd, 2020.
We have a
Make
motion.
a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody that's,
So
Audrey, do we do a audience of citizen, Audrey, or no?
We don't have that on the agenda this time. We're not required to have it by law, but we're gonna work on how to incorporate that, for the next meeting.
So should I ask if there's anybody watching that wants to say anything or no?
You actually can't because it's not on our agenda. Sorry.
Okay.
But we're
Okay.
gonna work on how to do that. We were just trying to get one under our belt first.
Okay.
Hey, Steve, before anything, yeah, I just want to take a brief moment just to thank everyone from the schools and all the hard work. Karen, you're doing an exceptional job. We appreciate you always. Aubrey, I know that everything Karen's doing, she's running by you, so you're equally as special to us. But truthfully, there's been times during this particular scenarios that we're going through where I've looked online and I've seen the chorus and the singing, and I've seen the amazing things that the kids have done with the protective gear, and I got to be honest with you, it's even made me emotional to some point. That sometimes I've been choked up, and I'm just very thankful, and I'm proud to be part of the district. I just want to say thank you to all the teachers. I know y'all can hear me, and just pass the word. We're very proud of you guys. Thank you.
And I'd just like to build on that. I absolutely agree, Louis, and I think more than that, I think our district has done a far superior job than any other district that I know of. You guys have done a tremendous job, all of you, from Karen down to through all the teachers, all the administrators.
Everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Joe.
I'd like to echo that too as well myself.
Thank you.
Big ditto here.
All right. Well,
Okay, and having said that, I move that we adjourn.
all right, Joe.
All in favor?
Second. Aye. Yep.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a good night.